Hi, hello, welcome back to my channel. My name is Skye and today we're doing an updated Shop My Stash. And this is going to be the last Shop My Stash of 2023. Mad. We're gonna wrap up my rotation for November. Yes, I am filming this a little bit late. It is the 8th of December as I'm filming this. Retail Christmas has hit, and if you work retail, you know it's hell on earth. November was really fun. I basically picked out all of my favorite, products with sentimental meaning, and I had so much fun with this rotation. Truly the most fun I've had in any rotation. Also, another thing, I feel like this is the first video in a while that I have come on camera full glam. I think because all of November I did my Declutter series and I literally just didn't wear makeup in any of those videos. It feels a bit weird to be like, hi, I actually do know how to do makeup. Except for my forehead freckles, they're not popping today. Anyway, let's get into the products. So blushes, we had two. We first want to talk about the Rare Beauty Soft Pinch Bliss blush. That is such a tongue twister, but this is like a free sample that I got, and I've only used this a couple of times in the rotation because I'm not gonna lie, even though I made it a point to try and use this, I did always just default to the other blush, and I forgot about this. But the two times that I did use this, I fucking love it. This color is beautiful. However, the only reason why I think that I don't want to buy the full size of this yet is because it's basically a liquid version of one of my favorite blushes of all time, and that's Lethal Nectar. They may look slightly different on camera, but honestly on my cheeks they look exactly the same. And while I really do want to buy a full size of this because the color is beautiful, I love Rare Beauty's liquid blush formula. It's one of the best out there. Do I have concealer that's not blended on my nose? Shit. I filmed a reel of this look and I did like really close-up shots. This is what happens when you do makeup without your glasses and you have a negative 6.5 prescription, probably negative 7 at this point. Now the blush that I was using every single time I did my makeup, I love all my blushes in my collection, right? But I do think that this one and Lethal Nectar just come out on top with the ones that make me feel the most beautiful. And no, that's really hard to say actually. I genuinely love all my blushes. Sorry, I'm waffling. But it's the Patrick Tart Blush Duo in She's Baked. I bought this on a whim, and honestly, this is the best blush ever. These blushes are fucking expensive, and I'm pretty sure I bought this full price, or did I buy it on sale? I'm not too sure, I'll be honest, I was drunk when I bought it. But this blush formula is truly incredible. You have a cream and a powder, and I'm wearing just the cream on my cheeks today, and it just complements my skin tone really nicely. It gives like a sunburn, warm, sophisticated effect on the skin, and I set the cream with a little bit of the powder, and even then this cream works beautifully on top of powdered skin. It's just bloody lovely, and I have learned that my favourite way to apply the cream blush in this is with the Made by Mitchell MF4 brush. As you can see, it's very dirty. Yeah, I really enjoyed using this month. You can see yourself in all of the fingerprints. I'm trying to not show you the ring light because I don't want to flashbang you. Then for my cheek product, we had the Colourpop Super Shock Cheek Pearlized in Moon Peach. This is one of my favourite highlighters. It is my favourite highlighter, it is number one. It's just the most beautiful pearlized peach with a blue shine to it. It just blends into the skin beautifully. Oh, honestly, every time I put it on my cheeks, I was like, wow, I just look like I'm glowing and healthy with a slight alien tint. It's... I love her. I love her. Right, let's talk about the eyeshadow palettes. We had 3 palettes to talk about, all with very similar packaging. Let's start off with the palette that I didn't really use. I did use this palette only twice, so the same amount that I've used the Rare Beauty blush, so let's just whiz through this one. This is the Alter Ego Coastal palette, and I love this palette a lot. It is just really wonderful. I did do a look using like the browns and this like taupey shimmer for like a holiday makeup look that I did. I drew like little hollies on my face. And the second look I did, I used like the purpley tones and the like pinky rosiness. I love this palette, I love the colours in it. I just favoured the other two palettes in this rotation over this one. But that doesn't negate my love for this one. It's just I wanted to use the other two more. I guess let's go in like least used to most used. So the second most used in this rotation was the Blend Bunny All Done Up palette. I truly think that this is like the most underrated Blend Bunny palette. I say that. Blend Bunny stans go fucking hard. And while I love Blend Bunny, I don't think I'm personally a stan because I'm not gonna lie, the Machina palette that just came out, it's not nice. I'm sorry if you're a Blend Bunny stan, I just don't think that that palette is visually appealing in the slightest. But this is what this palette looks like. I mainly used these two columns, like the mustard and the brown. It's just, it's wonderful. I did so many like smoky winged looks. I am doing another smoky winged look today. Look, you have to take my smoky wings out of my cold dead hands. I fucking love them. I'll never stray from them. They just make me feel so beautiful. And I mainly used these three shimmers in the middle right here. They are so foiled and metallic and just beautiful saturated. The deep tones in here are perfect. Really good to make a lot of romantic looks that I did. I even actually used the greens for a look and I quite enjoyed it. But All Done Up was such a pleasure to use, especially because like this palette and then the last palette I'm going to talk about, they're the palettes that I try and not use all the time because I always default to them. But it was so nice being able to like fully envelop myself in All Done Up. And speaking of fully enveloping myself, this one I used, oh my god, I had to stop. I had to like take myself out and stop myself from using it because I was using it all fucking month. And it's Glaminatrix Nearly Natural. Do I really need to talk about how much I love this palette? Because I feel like y'all might be sick of me talking about how much I adore Nearly Natural. The matte arrangement is so perfect. The shimmers are out of this world gorgeous, foiled. Glaminatrix's like foiled yet sparkly shimmer formula is just top tier, like my favorite like metallic formula ever. And because November was Greg and I's 1 year anniversary and our like 1 year date anniversary as well, I used this palette for those days because this is the palette I wore on our first date. Yeah, it's a very special palette to me. And every time I wear this palette, Greg always looks at me and is like, wow, like I just love your makeup today. Get yourself a partner that appreciates your creative hobbies and your makeup because he really does. I loved using the olivey greens in here and I used the iridescent from the Blend Bunny palette, Shine, that like green iridescent. I paired that one a lot with these tones in here. This shade Raw is like one of my least used in the palette and I don't know why because it is literally gorgeous. I use this palette to death. It felt so happy to finally like just be like, just go wild with Nearly Natural. I love her. And I'm pretty sure you can buy the eyeshadows as singles and as a bundle of singles. So if you missed out on the actual palette, you can still get your hands on the shadows. Glaminatrix, if you ever discontinue this palette as singles or whatever, I will send you a very upset message. Right, moving on to lip products. We have quite a few lips to talk about. Again, let's go from least used to most used. So least used was my Rare Beauty Wise lipstick. This one I didn't really use too much because I like pairing this with cooler tones and I mostly wore warmer tones. But it is a really beautiful lipstick. It's one of my favorites in my collection. I get all of the products in here are literally my top favorite products, like some of my top favorite products. So I need to like shut the fuck up because it's getting a little bit repetitive. I know the video's out already, but literally the other day I edited my eyeshadow palette collection and Declutter and I got really fucking annoyed that I kept going like, this is beautiful, this is beautiful, this is beautiful, and I'm like, take a fucking shot every time I say it's beautiful. Like, I was getting annoyed at myself. I guess this is the next least used. This is the Kaleidos lip clay in Rubino. I'm actually wearing it on my lips today. Fully, like, opaque, actually, which is something new for me because normally I like to wear these lip clays, like, applied in the center and then dabbed out to do, like, a blurred lip effect. And that's what I did a lot this month with this shade. This shade is fucking gorgeous, used as, like, a blurred out, like, lip. But this look, I thought I would have a little bit more structure. It's really nice. It is a little bit finicky to work with because for some reason this type of colour is really hard to formulate. So you do kind of have to work it into your lips to like get it looking not patchy, and especially because I rip the skin off my lips because that is an OCD compulsion of mine and it's really painful and annoying. This does accentuate like all of the parts that I've ripped off. Now these two I think are tied for my most used. I use them in very different occasions, but this is the Rare Beauty Glossy Lip Balm in Nearly Neutral. You can tell why I get really confused. I always call this Nearly Neutral and this Nearly Natural, even though they're the other way around. Bloody annoying. But this glossy lip balm is such a beautiful, plush, luxurious, like, lip gloss balm. Like, it's glossy like a lip gloss, but it's got the properties of a liquefied lip balm. It's great, it is lovely, and this colour is essentially like a watered down version of Wise, and it has a little bit more warmth in it, this one. I use this mostly as a no makeup day, like, lip balm. That's honestly, I love using this as that. I think now that I actually have like a handbag, I really want to put this in my handbag because it is just such a good, like, nice feeling lip product. If you've never tried these Rare Beauty glossy lip balms, like, they are really fucking nice. They are a bit expensive, I think, for what they are. Like I said, it is literally a liquefied lip balm, but it's so luxurious feeling on the lips that I'm like, it is worth trying in my opinion, if you got a gift card or on sale. And the final lip product that I used a lot. I use this all the fucking time. And are we surprised because it's my favourite lipstick in my collection. My all-time favourite lipstick. It's been my all-time favourite ever since I got it years ago. This is the SBSD Kiss for Fairy Cream Lipstick in Love Jasmine. Look how much I've got left. Actually, that's quite a lot left. I don't know why I showed you that. I don't know how big the bullet was when you first get it. If you have never tried the Kiss of a Fairy, like, cream lipstick formula and the velvet, but the cream, like, this one is, like, my number one. This is the most hydrating lipstick you will ever find. It's so glossy and, like, hang on, let me swatch it. It is so, like, oh, it's so glidey and glossy and just really hydrating on the lips, like, unbelievably hydrating. This neutral on me is my perfect neutral. Like, it is just so, oh, it's really moisturizing, makes your lips look fucking, like, kissable, like you want to go mwah. I remember actually Greg and I went out to, like, a coffee shop for our day anniversary, and I was like, hey Greg, can you put this in your Yakna because I'm not bringing my bag, and like, you've got pockets, I don't. The story of every, like, AFAB person's life. And I accidentally left it in Greg's Yakna, and I remember, like, saying to him, I was like, Greg, can you please, like, guard my lipstick with your life because that's my favourite lipstick ever? And he was like, don't worry, I will protect it. I will protect it. And he did. And now I have it back. Yeah, this is the best lipstick to ever exist. If you've never tried it, I highly, highly recommend it, especially if you have, like, a light, like, olive warm skin tone like I do. It's great. It's fantastic. But yeah, that's the wrap up of this Shop My Stash. Now let's get on into the collection and pick out the December rotation. I have an idea of what I want to pick. Hint, I'm actually wearing the palette on my eyes that I really want to choose because I was like, we need some Christmas vibes. My gosh, it is so nice looking at these drawers all organised and fresh. It may not look it, but trust me, it is. I'll be honest, I really don't know what blushes I'm gonna pick, so I think we're gonna pick blushes, like, after we pick everything else. And here we have all of my, like, gems, highlights, and all that stuff. If you haven't watched my Declutter series, you would probably have noticed that this drawer has changed so much and I'm really happy with how it's looking. Now, I don't think I'm gonna be picking anything out for this drawer. Part of me kind of wants to pick out, like, some of my multi-chrome eyeliners, because I know that over Christmas I will be spending it with Greg and his family. So I think actually, yeah, I'll bring my multi-chrome Chroma Flick liner from Glisten Cosmetics in the shade Beetle, because it has kind of like all of the, like, warm gold, green, red, Christmassy colours. We'll do that one. These Colourpop Super Shocks would be really nice to take to his place as well, and I think I might do actually. I don't know which one. Shall I take Frog or shall I take Ritz? I think I might take Ritz because this one, like, Frog has a lot more usage out of it. You can kind of see the pan there. But Ritz, I think this is a really good one in Dun Shadow and I want to expand that pan. I think that's all I'm going to take for this drawer. Now, lips. Let's alter this camera angle for you. My lip drawer is literally like night and day with how different it is, and I fucking love it. I'm so unbelievably happy. Now, because it's Christmas, I feel like this is the perfect time for like red lipstick. Like, because what other time am I gonna wear a red lipstick if not Christmas? So I think I'll be picking out my Colourpop lippy sticks in Trust Me, and I'll also pair that with my Frenchy Colourpop lippy pencil. So we'll have nice festive red lips. I also want to pick out Rubino as well because this is my favorite dark red lipstick, but I did just wear it in the rotation. I'm not too sure. I do want to pick out a couple more lipsticks, but I want to pick out the palettes, so we're kind of doing this rotation all over the place. Right, so now we have the eyeshadow palette drawer, and everything pretty much fits perfectly. It's not 100%, but you know what? I just kind of accepted the fact. So I already have an idea of what palettes I want to pick out, and the first one, which is the one that I was actually wearing in the intro on my eyes, was the Glaminatrix Glamourous palette, because I really feel like this is a beautiful wintry palette, and I haven't really used it too much, and it deserves more love, so I think I'm going to be whipping this one out, and the packaging is just so beautiful. It's like that deep wine. Oh, stunning. I also would really like to pick out this big boy, if I can... It's really squeezed in there. This is the Surge palette from Blend Bunny, and it is so big and massive, but I've said this in my palette, Declutter, that this palette doesn't get enough love in my collection, and I think that like some of these like rusty tones in here would be really nice for like Christmas and stuff, and I want to give it another chance because I genuinely really want to love this. It's just kind of like forgotten in my collection, and I get really overwhelmed with how large it is. This is why I don't buy large palettes. Part of me also wants to pick out like this. This is the Christmas palette from Glaminatrix, their Fairy Lights 6-pan, and it is super gorgeous. I think because it is Christmas themed, I ought to. So we'll whip that one out as well. And I think in that case, I'll probably won't take the Colourpop Ritz Shadow, because this is like, there are similar shades in the Fairy Lights palette. And since these are the palettes we've picked out, let's go back into the lipstick drawer. We got some blues and berries and purples, and I think I want to channel that. Now, I don't know. The lipstick I love wearing with blues is the Rare Beauty Wise lipstick, but maybe I should... I think maybe get one warmer neutral lipstick and one like pinkier or brownie neutrally lit. I think we haven't used this shade in a while. This is Adobe from Kaleidos. It is my favorite like neutral brown liquid lipstick, and I think that could get some good use, and I think it'll pair really nicely with Surge. I don't really have many like super cool toned lip options. We do have Cold Smoke from Kaleidos, which I really love, and I think actually blended out and like blotted, that could be really pretty with some of the other looks. I'll swatch Adobe next to it so you can just see how cool toned it is, and then if I like blend that, yeah, like we got a warmer brown and a cooler brown. I know that this has been all over the place, but now it's time to pick out the blush. We want something, because we got something warm and something cool. Part of me really wants to get the Rare Beauty Joy blush, but like I don't know if this will be too too orangey. It might be. I feel like a good like holiday like toasty blush is the Rituel de Fille Inner Glow Cream Pigment in Delirium. I really like this for like holiday sort of looks, or just autumn time in general. See, I feel like it's a little bit less orange than the Rare Beauty Joy. Like it's got that rustiness to it. And then maybe for like a more warmer burnt darker blush, we could go with this one from Cover FX. This is Warm Honey. Like it's like a subtler powder version. I feel like that was quite a chaotic Shop My Stash, but let's put everything into the drawers. Alright, and that is the Shop My Stash drawer. I'm storing the Surge palette flat because if I try, you have to angle it perfectly correctly if you want to balance it like that. And a lot of the time I don't do it correctly and it just gets caught underneath the drawer because it's really tall. But this is a very Christmassy rotation. I'm really excited for this one. Let's get on into the outro. So that is it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Do let me know what's in your December Shop My Stash. I would really like to know. Also, I apologise that I've been really bad at replying to comments lately. Again, like I said, retail Christmas is here and in full swing and I'm really exhausted. It's just a lot to handle and being disabled makes it even harder. So thank you for being so patient with me, and I do read all the comments, I just don't always have the energy to respond, but I really appreciate every single one of them. I don't want you to think that I'm ignoring you. Like, I genuinely love all of y'all. If you'd like to see more makeup content from me, you can follow me on my Instagram. It's faerie.skye right here. I post all my looks there and I'm active on there every single day. Currently, I'm actually opening a tea advent calendar, and genuinely, it's been the highlight of my day every single day, like trying new teas and reviewing them. And I think I'm gonna keep doing that, like, even outside of the advent calendar. So if you'd like to see some tea advent calendar reviews, there you go. And if you'd like to support me further, I do have my own small business, Raincloud Candles Co. We're a small queer-owned business based in the UK and we make handmade candles and wax melts. The link to shop will be down below, along with our social media if you'd like to support us. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't already. I'd love to have you here. And as always, stay safe, wash your hands, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye! I did that intro really fast because I really have to go to the toilet and it's getting bad. Also, look at that. I love these pants so much, but they don't really fit me anymore, and there's no button there. So, if you ever think I look super glam, just know I am probably doing some bullshit on the bottom half.